biggest thing, and that you kind of know before you turn on the tape, is that he's a mobile quarterback. He's able to create or extend plays with his legs, which makes the receivers they have a lot more dangerous. Jordan Reed, you see Leighton Downs uncovering, and then Colt finding open guys. That just adds to their run game as well as far as some of the complexities. So it's just one of those things that they're giving them the same game plan. It seems like they're not really changing too much. So we can expect to see their bread and butter plays, him getting the ball out of his hands, still running some play action pass off of what they're doing with AP. So he's a capable quarterback. He knows what he's doing. Been in the league for a while. But I think the biggest thing is his mobility.
Golden Tate said today that today was the best practice he's seen since he's gotten here, that there was a little extra juice, it was a little bit sharper of a practice. Would you agree with that? And why, if you do, why do you feel like there was that energy?
Well, I don't know. I haven't watched the practice yet, but so I don't know if it's the best practice ever. but definitely, I think guys, are coming with a lot more energy. I think that's starting from leaders on the team, kind of understanding where we are in the season and what we need to get accomplished. Knowing the importance of this game, getting ready to play on a Monday night, adds a little bit of energy.
Malcolm, you've got guys in this team like, on the offensive line and other guys who are playing through injuries or being banged up, and heard you see Nigel Bradham, Michael Bennett comes back in again. What do you say about this group that even though you guys had a losing record at the time and you're trying to get to 500, these guys are putting it all on the line?
Yeah, you got a locker room of guys that care, and that's kind of what we've been able to build over the last couple of years, is a culture of guys who will put it on the line for the guy next to him. And so that's never really been our issue. And now, with everything on the line, this point in the year, you're going to need everything that you got from guys that can contribute. And you see, guys doing whatever they can to get themselves back on the field.
There were 2 corners back today, but still not the whole group back. So what's the message in the secondary room right now?
The message doesn't change. Regardless of who's in there, it's really been a revolving door, and we understand the situation that we're in. Every week we're trying to improve, and so for us, the biggest thing is detailing those small caveats of every coverage, being an expert at what your job is, tackling on the perimeter, because we know teams are going to continue to test that. And then at the end of the day, just mentally staying strong and sharp in games. Teams are going to make plays, but it's about fighting, competing, and staying together.
How's last week going to help the younger guys or the less experienced guys?
Well, I think anytime you get out in a real game with live bullets, all of a sudden, things change. The speed of the game is different. Sometimes those linemen and pullers and all these things get up on you quick. So for them, I think, especially in a Monday night game with all on the line, it's just going to be settling down your mind, putting your eyes in the right place, play in and play out, and not having those lapses of concentration. But that starts in practice. So that's bringing, energy in practice, making things hard on them. Being able to kind of slow your mind down, when things are kind of chill at practice.
Did Jim hit on something by taking your suggestion on Sunday, and you expect that to kind of carry over as long as you have the young guys playing?
Well, that's not the first time me and Jim, kind of talk about what is probably best for us, in a game. That happens all the time, based on like what I'm seeing on the field, feeling on the field, and what he's calling. But like anything, I think we'll have a plan going into the game, and we'll find out pretty early in the game if that's going to work. If not, we make adjustments. If so, we stick with it.
The win against the Giants had great flashes, but what do you still want to see this team prove?
For us?
Yeah.
We're past the point of trying to prove things. It's just about winning games.
What about correct then?
Oh, I think, you look at everything. Defensively, we want to be able to start faster. And so really it's about getting lined up, being in the right place, fitting your gaps the way it is. We want to see our corners tackle on the perimeter, because teams will continue to test that. And then, challenge, get off on third down. We hadn't been really good on third down. That's usually one of our strong points. And continue to stop the run. We wanted to more oftentimes look like the second half of that Giants game than it did the first half. And it's not anything special. It's just getting lined up, doing your job.
Are you gonna watch the game tonight?
Yeah, I'll watch it tonight.
Good time to be a fan again?
Yeah. I'm always rooting for those guys unless they lined up across from me. But they got a lot of good stuff going on. It's fun to watch them as a team. They're having a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll watch it.
It's been a few weeks since you've had a matchup where the tight end's the focal point. Is Is this a matchup where coverage is especially important with you?
Yeah, for me, I think so. Usually I'm to the stress of the defense wherever those matchups are, if it's a running back or tight end. And this one, clearly being Jordan Reed, being one of the top tight ends in this league, in my book, one of the harder matchups. So I'm looking forward to that challenge and, when those opportunities present themselves.
Malcolm, with all the focus on developing the young quarterbacks, getting them ready, how do you keep yourself ready for the multiple roles that you might be thrust into during the game?
You just stick with your process. Nothing changes. Those guys got to get ready. I got to get ready too. It's not one of those things. I'm not above preparation and playing the game before I get there. There's a routine I go through to make sure that I'm prepared for any and every situation that comes. Knowing that having that stability is going to be a bigger emphasis with guys that have less experience. So I think that puts more on myself to feel prepared not only for my job, but being able to adjust in games and have an answer to some of the challenges we might face.
When does that process start for you? Is that something day after game?
Yeah, Monday. Yeah. I mean, it's a week-long thing. A routine that I keep pretty consistent every week.
Is it something you've had throughout your entire career? Is it something that you've built upon?
I learned it in my rookie year in New Orleans. Around Greg Williams, John Vilma, Roman Harper, Drew Brees, all these guys. I saw how they prepared and how when they got to games, a lot of the times they knew what was coming, knew what the adjustment would be and all these things. And it's because they just, prepared unbelievably. So that's just habits that I picked up from watching great leaders.